I welcome you guys back into my nice beautiful video. I understand although that every single day that if you just go and really dwell upon your life and then you focus upon what you need to say every single day, you're going to make sure that you're going to go and do something very productive, and then you're going to make sure every single day that you're going to boost your skills and boost your asset class and boost who you are and boost your mentality. You understand? Because mentality is something that you need to derive within you to make sure that you're growing you while coming back to the you in terms of yourself. Understand that when you're really dwelling upon yourself, you're going to understand that the word I is everything. Understand? I understand every single day that when I life coach, for example, and I go do something very amazing every single day, I have to go and really dwell upon the previous 67 hours or 100 hours of my life and put into 1 hour videos. You understand? Because that way I understand every single day I do that. I understand every single day I do 24 hours of my life into one video, or sometimes where I may be doing something else, I then do 48 hours into 1 hour video, or 72 hours into 1 hour video. But as long as I'm just staying consistent and I'm doing some videos online where I'm teaching you courses right here. So when I'm doing courses about life coaching and about life products and about making sure that everybody's growing in every single way possible, I make sure that you understand that you need to boost your skills, you have to boost your talents, you have to boost your live performance skills. So if you want to make it much better and you want to make money easily today, you have to understand that live performances in front of people is the only way to do so. I love art so much that I'll go and dwell upon doing busking performances in front of people so I can get my confidence up. And I do busking performances in music production and also live coaching and acting and comedy and singing. And so I'll go and do it in front of people and I just keep singing and singing and singing, but it's for free, you understand? Because many people will never give me the attention for that, but they give me the attention at the busking, you understand? So that's what you need. You need some attention first so that you can go in front of people to see how that nice, beautiful, confident feel of your life is. Because if you're afraid, for example, to go and pump your music and dwell upon you, you then have to understand that I'm only the word I only. I understand that way that you have to go and really dwell upon better communicational skills for yourself all the time so you can go and grow yourself. You have to understand every single day that there is only one rule in communication, and it's come back to the I. Now, if you come back to the word I every single time you communicate, I promise you can always dwell a better way. You understand? I do, however, use my nice beautiful IUQ rule. And now my IUQ rule is I and you in terms of the word you, and also questions. I understand that when I start with you, I end with you. I understand when I start with I end with I. I understand when I ask my questions, actually it's very straightforward, isn't it? But I start with those words every single time. And then I make sure every single day that you go and really grab yourself a nice beautiful victory every single day, to go and understand that no matter what, that in music production or life or anything that you have today, you have to understand that no matter what, you have to be more prosperous, you have to be more growing inside everything that you do. You have to understand every single day that you have to life coach people, you have to go and manage people. So when you're managing people, you come back and really teach people with the you in action every single day, because the word you in action means that you're going to go and do something prosperous to make sure that people are growing every single day in different ways. You understand? So when you are really developing your life and you're really finding those skill sets within you, you have to understand, I just woke up 10 minutes ago and here I am doing a life coaching video. You understand? Because I understand what's ahead of me. I understand that there is time for me to do so. I understand that what's amazing about my life is I'd rather do life coaching videos than go to a 9-to-5 job and work a 9-to-5 job without being on social media influencing. I'd rather be on social media today influencing people for the rest of my life and for the next 72 years and more, teaching you guys every single day my life and how I'm doing life, and how I'm doing in life, so that I can go and really communicate myself into greatness, so that I can plan my life ahead of my time and ahead of everybody, so that everybody else can grab my success in ideas, so that you can go and prosper every single day to become the best version of yourself. I always love I so much that I want to always make sure I'm always better than yesterday. So I'm focusing today especially on how can I become the best version of myself today, because I have 24 hours today and more. Although before sleep, I want to make sure that I'm even better than yesterday. I want to make sure that today I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I'm going to make sure that today I'm going to learn something that I've never learned before. And how do I really learn? I learn through the word I only. I only ever read the word I. Or else anything I ever learn is the word I only. Understand? Now I can be reading 50 billions of words, but I only ever know the word I only. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, it means that the word I only, in terms of the word I, is the only aspect of life that you have to read, and you have to learn, and you also have to go and do. I promise you, there's nothing else that you have to do in life other than the word I. I promise you, your word I is you. You understand? I promise you, everybody is the word I, but I have to do I. You have to do I. I mean, that individual has to do I. I promise you, everybody has to do I. You understand? Because you have to do yourself. You understand? Because I'm relating to the word I here. You understand? Or else when I say do yourself, I mean do the word I. You understand? You are I. I am you. You understand? But I have to do my word I. You have to do your own word I. You understand? Everybody has to do their own word I. Now, if you understand that, that's the only aspect to learn, and that's the only aspect to read. You understand? But you have to keep coming back to the I if you want to speak, because every single sentence that I speak is coming back to the I again. I mean, did you hear it? I mean, in a sense, so every single day, focus upon understanding. That's what I do. I mean, did you hear it again? I mean, every single day, I'm always loving I so much that I have to go and speak out much more and just relate it to the I. Now, that's how I communicate every single day. But I use the IUQ rule. And now I come back to the you. I come back to the I. I mean, I come back and I understand. I start my sentences with you. I end with you. I start with I and end with I. And also my questions is how my IUQ rule goes. Although that if somebody's thinking about you or somebody loves you, it's because they're sending you a message today, and it's because they're calling you. You understand? Now, you have to understand that if you never reply to people who care about you, you have to understand it's more that you care about yourself. You understand? Now, every single day, I understand that many people care about me. I understand that. I understand that 50 billion people in the planet and more, I care. I mean, they all care. I mean, everybody's caring about me. You understand? Because if you're never caring about me, I mean, you can come and kill me right now. I mean, in a sense, every single day, focus upon understanding that 50 billion people are messaging you right now. I mean, do you reply to every single one of them? I mean, do you reply to everybody then? I mean, guess what? I mean, reply to everybody in a video. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, there's only so much time in a day before sleep that you can go and reply to people and have a conversation. You understand? I mean, less conversation time with other people and more conversation time with yourself is the most important. You understand? I mean, I only have time to be around I have no time to be around anybody else today. I mean, I never want to be around other people. You understand? I just want to be around other people to grow myself so that I can get some money, so I can travel the world, and so I can go and do what I want to do. You understand? And that's why I want to be around people, and it's never because of the people. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, you have to understand, although, it's because of I. You understand? I first. Now, why did God come here first to you? I mean, it's because of God, and never because of you. I mean, it's because of God, and it's because of Jesus Christ that they are generous to us to come here and to give us eternity. I mean, it's never because of you. I mean, it's because of God and Jesus Christ, because they're just like that. I mean, they deserve you. You understand? I mean, they deserve you in life. I mean, that's why they came to you, because they understand that they need us in life. That's it. God needs you. I mean, Jesus Christ needs you today to follow Jesus Christ and to follow God. Without you, I mean, how can God exist? I mean, how can Jesus Christ exist without you? I mean, understand? I mean, that's it. I mean, that's the equal story. I mean, God's the Almighty. But without you, I mean, who's God? I mean, who's God without you? I mean, if I'm unaware about God, I mean, how does God exist in my life? I mean, understand? I mean, then God ceases to exist. I mean, who cares that God may be the Almighty when God's never appearing to my face? You understand? I mean, who cares about that? I mean, that's why Jesus Christ came to appear to you, to show you, hey, I'm God, but I need you to have faith in me. I need you to love me, because here I am in front of your face to help support you now. Because if I was never here in the first place, I mean, how do you even be aware of me? You understand? I mean, God loves you so much that God shows up in front of your face, teaching you the story of Jesus Christ and giving you life. You understand? Worship now every single day, your creator and your actual father and mother is God in terms of Jesus Christ. You understand? I'm pretty sure that's your only father, because in terms of mother as well, because you have eternity. You have eternity. So if you believe that there is an afterworld and that there is something better than this world, what's going to happen is you're going to become better than this world. You understand? You're going to become a better version of yourself. Now, if you understand, that's my whole life coaching strategy all the time. And it's just to teach you skills and assets and anything that's going to help you to deserve a better life. That's it. Now, if you understand that if I just go around teaching you aspects of my life that's going to help you to better your life and level up your life in different ways by telling you my story and how I go about life, that's what a life coach does. Now, if you're going around and interviewing people who are famous and stars and like that, you have to understand you have to give people money to interview them. You have to go and give them $10,000 each per hour to be around them. And now it's a blessing to do so. You understand? Because if you have all the money in the world, why not be around the famous people too? Understand? It's just that simple. But understand either way that you can always call people up now and say, hey, I want to give you $10,000 to interview you, because at least they're going to be famous on your show. You're going to interview them and then you're going to be in the video. And you're going to sum up 500 famous people in your YouTube channel of 500 hours of content with famous people and 500 different famous people. Who are the famous people in your life? Who's famous in your life? Imagine me with them, or imagine yourself interviewing them on your shows. Understand? But you give them $10,000 each. Understand? To do so. Because either way, you have to give some money. Give some presents. You understand? Because every single day, Jesus Christ gave you a present. And God gave you a present to live this life. So if you just go and really, really do your life much better, you're going to understand you have to teach people how to communicate, but then teach people how to do life. Teach people how to do music. Teach people how to do everything. Because that way, you're going to learn something about that. You're going to learn something in the process of teaching. You're going to learn how to really, really dwell upon communicational skills. And now, if you go and talk all day long with yourself and you're growing all day long with yourself, you're going to focus upon understanding that once you wake up is the best time to do life coaching. For myself in life, it's the best time to do life coaching when nobody else is around me and I am here ready to do so. You understand? So every single day, no matter what, you have to understand that life coaching is a part of life. But if you want to go and be a star in music production or anything that you do, you have to understand, although, you have to make long music tracks. You have to make long music tracks. So I personally go and make 10-hour long music tracks. 10 hours of music in one. You understand? You have to understand that as a music producer, I was making up to 3-minute tracks, up to 6-minute tracks and up to 10-minute tracks, for example. Now I make 10-hour tracks. 10 hours. I love that. I brush now every single day, focus upon understanding. And why is that? Because when you're learning 10-hour music and how to do 10-hour music, you then will become even better than the ones who do 3 minutes and 6 minute and 7 minute and 8 minute and 10-minute tracks. You understand? You are doing 10 hours of music. 10 hours, bro. You understand? You're going to learn something. You're going to learn something every single day, sisters and brothers. You understand? I brush every single day, focus upon understanding that because I'm doing a 10-hour music track right now, I'm learning so much skills and automations with that. I'm learning so much more processes with technology and how to go about it. You understand? It's so much more different than just making a 3-hour. It's so much more different than making a 3-minute track. You understand? I have to make the equivalent of at least 1,000 3-minute tracks to get to a 10-hour track. Do you understand why I do a 10-hour track? I do a 10-hour track right away because it's 1,000 music tracks it's 1,000 music tracks of 3-minute each, learning. You understand? And more. I'm pretty sure, although every single day it all relates together, because this nice beautiful information relates into saying that if you live a long life, you're better off making sure that no matter what, that it's much greater to do so, because everybody has to do something. So when you're really learning something in the process and you're giving ideas, never shame yourself for giving ideas. You have to understand every single day, focus upon loving your life. Now, if you focus upon loving your life, I always love I understand, although, that what's amazing is I'm here at a hostel in Coffs Harbour, and it's at the Aussitel over here at the Coffs Harbour. But I understand either way, they have a great internet here, so it's very fast and effective. Unfortunately, although, make sure you understand that as a music producer in life, you have to understand to go and really pump up the music with a portable speaker and go and listen to your beautiful sound that you make with a portable speaker. You understand? Because what you do is you listen over with the earphones and then headphones and then portable speaker, and then take away the distortion in your electronic music unless you're making hardstyle music. You understand? Unfortunately, though, that everything counts because this is life. Unfortunately, I'm talking about life over here. So I understand every single day that if you go and really listen back to your music every single time with a portable speaker and a laptop and a nice beautiful, let's say, headphones and earphones, you're going to then understand how festival vibes happen. But I understand every single day that what's important is teach your content anyway. Actually, if you teach your content every single day in different ways, and you're always teaching yourself to love yourself because I love unfortunately, now that's how you do life. Unfortunately, to do life, you have to understand greatness. You have to understand it's in you right now. But I understand every single day that there's so much more to talk about daily that all I have to do today is just lift my communicational skills. Unfortunately, now, isn't that easy for you? Unfortunately, now, you must understand that it's so easy to lift your communication. Unfortunately, it's so easy to just talk better. I mean, look for ways to talk better. I mean, look for ways to give an idea to somebody. I mean, look for an idea to give a service of information to somebody. I mean, you want to create a service? I mean, the best service in the planet is information service. I mean, it's the whole damn show. I understand? I mean, that's it. I mean, God is information. I mean, that's it. I mean, how else do you describe God? I understand, but the word I is how you describe God. You understand? Firstly, the word I is the best information. Now, if you understand every single day that your word I is everything that you read and do and love, you have to understand it's everything. You understand? Now, every single day, I focus upon understanding that I have to go and really dwell upon better skills. I have to dwell upon better assets. I have to dwell upon better ways of doing. And now, what are my strategies every single day that I'm making sure that no matter what, that my life is moving forward? Now, every single day, I'm focusing upon understanding that when I wake up, I have to do a life coaching video, I have to do some music production, I have to get around and see the scenery. But what I do every single day is I'll try to look at everything faster, and I get myself a bike rental, and also I bring my trolley with my nice beautiful portable speaker to pump my new music that I just made with my laptop. And then I make sure to test it right here at the hostel as well, and I pump it even slowly, I mean even at 10%, just to hear the noise, and how is the noise in that track, and just to hear the sub bass, because I have a nice beautiful portable speaker, so when it's, let's say, pumping bass and I'm making the bass line, or in terms of the nice beautiful sub bass of the track, I make sure to do it with a portable speaker because I want to hear the boom, boom, boom. I mean, you understand? Because that's a difference. I mean, there's a big difference between a portable speaker and headphones to listen to the sub bass. You understand? Now, the portable speaker is much more in tune about festival vibes than the headphones. You understand? Now, every single day, make sure you understand why I have a $420 speaker with me. I need a $1,000 speaker and more. I need a better speaker than this, but what's amazing is understand that I'm a music producer, and now because I'm a music producer, I'm a life coach too, and I do bicycling events as well. But when I do this, I make sure I'm always developing myself. You have to at least put $20,000 into music production to even be a music producer. You understand? I've already done so. You understand? If you understand that no matter what, that $20,000 of my life went into music production. You understand? And now, if I place $100,000 into music production, I'm 5 times better than the individual I am right now. You understand? Now, where your money goes must be directly toward you. I mean, who are you today is where your money goes. You understand? Now, is where your money goes in terms of you. You understand? Every single day, focus upon understanding that communicational skills is come back to the I. Now, if you understand that, we're always going to be making sure that we're moving on into better places and better fantasies and better ways of dreaming and doing metaphors and better ways of traveling, because I understand that what's important is now, today in the world, that tourism is going back up, the coronavirus is going back away, and also the vaccines are coming out now. Now, every single day you must understand that no matter what, that the world is trending to travel now. Now, every single day focus upon understanding that the nightclubs are coming back, and so the pubs, and so is all these, let's say, festivals, and all these people are starting to watch fireworks again. I love that. Now, there's no more lockdowns anymore. I promise you now, it's been a year. You understand? I mean, last year I was making a Leo bar track in Perth, and I've come a long way now, because you have to understand, I've just made myself some beautiful music, and I hope that you listen to it very soon. So no matter what, you must understand that every single day, that since I'm really developing myself, I mean, last year I was in Perth. I mean, here I am in Coffs Harbour now. I mean, in a sense, so I'm in Coffs Harbour, Australia. I understand, although what's amazing is every single day, focus on traveling somewhere that you've never been. And now understand this, that you don't even need $2,000 to live 2 months traveling. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, that's it. I mean, focus upon understanding that if you have $2 million with you today, that's all the money that you can live on. You understand? You can live on that. You understand? But what's amazing is make more money, but you can live on $2 million for the rest of your life. You understand? I promise you, it's that big. I promise you, that's how big the nice bill for $2 million is. You understand? I promise you, $3 million is even better. I promise you, if you understand that $1 million, you can live on 20 years of actual life from that. I mean, in a sense, every single day, never try to go hit the jackpot in terms of the bingo and the scratchies and also the lotto. I mean, never play that, because guess what? I mean, that is never the solution to making more money. You understand? Actually, now, communicational skills is the only way to make more money. And now, if you just talk more, you're going to talk yourself into making more music. You're going to talk yourself into being the greatest singer in the planet. You're going to talk yourself into being the greatest actor and the greatest life coach and the best individual in the planet who's doing the most. You understand? Because you're talking yourself into it. You're saying, I must do it. I must do it. I must go right now to Coffs Harbour, and I must go and really do that place so I can see it and so I can do my content. And then guess what? I mean, because you said that, you then force yourself to go. You understand? I love I. Or now, every single day, focus upon understanding that if I even touch something like this, or as if I even, let's say, hit myself, just even slowly, I say I love I, because I never meant to touch anything outside of me. You understand? Because I love myself so much in my eye. Watch now, why is that? Because if you go whacking stuff with your hands accidentally, you just say I love I. You understand? Because I never want you to go and hit yourself intentionally and then to say that you hate yourself. You understand? So if you just focus on yourself and you say I love I, you then understand every single day that you're going to go and focus on reconditioning yourself to love yourself in different ways, because that's what a life coach does. Watch now, that's what an individual does that's really growing. Watch now, if I'm focusing like this on my communicational skills, in terms of my communicational skills, and I'm focusing like this on my communicational skills, watch now, what's important is focus upon how you're really talking and try to understand how to level up with your own communicational skill. Try to understand how to level up with your own communicational style. Watch now, when you're going around and posting YouTube videos and all of this in terms of you're doing a lot of content in the world, watch now, eventually people will care about you. I understand? Because you're going to become so big without them. You're going to become so successful without the crowd, and then the crowd will show up. You understand? I mean, how do they show up? Because eventually, you're going to be so much more in talent and skills to be making events around the world, eventually, and then what's going to happen is people are just going to show up in your life. I mean, understand? And now, which kind of people are going to show up in your life? I mean, random people, in terms of the crowd, is going to show up in your life. And then you're going to show up in front of the people who are famous. You deserve it, because you're already famous, so why not be with famous people? Because that is at the peak of your life now. I mean, that is your life. You must understand that if you go around looking at these people today, I mean, who is famous? I mean, those are the people you need to be with, and never the people who are just average and around you. You have to go be around the famous people today. I mean, do you understand? You have to give them money to be with them on camera, and so that they sponsor you. You understand? I mean, so they say, hey, this is my friend over here. I mean, guess what? I mean, he came over here. I mean, he gave me $10,000, or she gave me $10,000. I mean, we're having a nice, beautiful life over here. I mean, how are you? How are you? I mean, guess what? I mean, imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger with me over here, and I mean, he's just promoting me in the video. You understand? I rush it all though. Guess what? I mean, that's a nice, beautiful vibe, isn't it? But you give him $10,000 to do so. You understand? I mean, he deserves it anyway. I mean, guess what? I mean, every single day, if I give you $10,000, you deserve it. I mean, everybody deserves it. Watch now, every single day, focus upon understanding that yes, people get different aspects of life. You understand? Watch, people get different aspects of life. I mean, she or he may have the man or woman that you want. You understand? But those guys or those women get them instead of you. I understand? But guess what? You get a different life. You get something different that they never have. I understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, everybody is different. But what's amazing is my career is skyrocketing right now. I mean, my career is just going upwards. But my friends from the past and those people I grew up with in terms of high school and life, you have to understand those people are falling down today because their YouTube content is never adding up. I mean, their social media is never adding up. I mean, they're never consistent on social media. And now, my social media, in terms of my Instagram, has been 6 days without postage. In terms of, I've only ever just been around posting the nice, beautiful videos of in terms of my life coaching on Instagram. But after this video, I said I have a chance to do so, to go and post 6 posts on my nice, beautiful Instagram, on my photos. But then I understand every single day that I'm only ever posting 10 photos of myself a day in Instagram now, instead of 60. You understand? Because I have so much more time to do so. I have so much more time to go and do something else much more important. You understand? I watch now every single day focus upon understanding that I'm always consistent about learning and growing behind the scenes. So if I ever lag my life coaching videos, it's because I'm doing music production. You understand? Watch now, I just sat from 9 o'clock in the morning to, I sat from 9 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock in the morning. You understand? I mean, from this time of 13 hours, in terms of 15 hours, I've been creating just music. I went to the shops for 30 minutes to just get something. I mean, I've been producing music all day. You understand? I'm working out every single day. That has been my past 5 days. 15 hours of music production every day. Every day. You understand? But I'm so into it. I'm so much learning. I have so much learning that now I have so much more skills on being able to create this music that I want. You understand? I can make great vibe music now. Even better than before. So I have to learn and grow still. I still have to learn and find another way to make music now. But what is amazing is that now I can go and find these sound effects that I want. I can use ambience with ambience and lead music with lead music. I can go and combine the two together. I can change it over. But I woke up just writing this today. I woke up from however many sleep hours, but I just woke up and I started to write, and I did gain the idea that I could place my kick and also my bass line and also my lead synth melodies into an ambient version as well. And I can change it up as well into a breakdown, and then either way, I'm just getting these new ideas, you understand? And then either way, I'm just making sure that you understand that in music and life, you can do anything. There's no rules, but what's amazing is go and find a better way to do everything in life. And now if you do it, if you're doing your life every single day and you're focusing on your life, you're focusing on never neglecting yourself, but you're focusing on doing something that you love to do, you have to understand it. Focus on making sure that you're just never going to neglect yourself today. Focus on understanding that sometimes it's important for you to understand to stay indoors only. Understand? Stay for as long as possible in your bedroom, for as long as possible. And then what's going to happen eventually is you're going to say, hey, I want to go out and walk a bit. You understand? Then you go. You understand? You only ever go outside and outdoors when you need to. You never go outdoors only. You go outdoors when you need to, but you stay indoors all the time. You understand? You stay indoors all the time, and eventually you're going to say, hey, I've been indoors for so long, I deserve to go out and have a drink, or I deserve to go out a bit and do something. You understand? I deserve to go see something. You understand? But what's amazing is the more you stay indoors, the better for you. You understand? Because walking too much in life is too much. You understand? Guess what? You need to be spiritually walking too much. This is spiritual walking. I'd rather do this than walk 50,000 million kilometers. I'd rather do this than do anything else in the world. You understand? I make sure you understand that I'm teaching people here. So when I'm teaching people, I have over 400 courses of hours and more. I have over 700 hours of courses I've made in life coaching and music production. You understand? Combine it together, and guess what? I have 1,400 courses and more. You understand? If you understand that, and people around me, you have to understand that it's more that they never care about me. You understand? They never care about me because I'm learning and growing. You understand? I'm learning and growing, but they do care in a way that they never cause me violence. They're never trying to cause me physical violence, but they're never trying also to, let's say, write to me and to message me as well. But some are. Other people are doing it. But then guess what? I have no time to talk to them. You understand? What's the big deal? There's no big deal, except I only. Now, you must understand every single day, focus upon understanding that if the crowd that never cares about you, or it's because they do care about you as well. It's a contradictory type of thing. Other people never care about you, but they do, because they're never trying to kill you, but they're never trying to talk to you either. You understand? That's the way it is. But guess what? I mean, every single day, you never need them to talk to you. You never need other people to talk to you. You just need yourself. You just need to be able to be in a position of more success. And you have to understand that my success today, I promise you, as long as I communicate more and more in my videos and in my life, I promise you now I get to be even greater. I get to do something even greater. You understand? I get to be my life. I get to be enjoying my life daily. I get to be enjoying something even more. Because if you understand every single day to be leveling yourself up all the time and making sure that you're safe and making sure that you have what you need to do, but it's much more willing of you to understand that if you have whatever you need in life, you shall get much more. But understand this, that if you have a certain amount of money in your pocket, but you can get to a certain place with that money, you have to go. You have to go. And never worry about what's going to happen with your money 2 weeks from now. I mean, if you have $600, but you understand that it may run out. I realize your money may run out in 5 days' time. You understand? But you have to be there. You have to be at that place 2 weeks. But it may run out in 5 days' time. But you have the money now to get there. You go with your money right now. You go there right now. You understand? I mean, if you have the money or you have the plane ticket to go somewhere, you go right now. You understand? It's that simple. I mean, you may say, but what about the money? But what about the money? What about the money from that point? How do I live over there since I have a ticket? You'll find your way. You find your way, I promise you. I promise you now. Guess what? There's a blessing in disguise. You must understand that if you have $500 and you can only live there for 5 days, you be there for 5 days. Instead, understand? I realize if you only have a plane ticket, you can live over there for 2 days. You go and see it. You go and see it for 2 days. Then you give money. You give one plane ticket to go there for 1 day, and then do a return ticket. And guess what happens? You never do a return ticket, but get yourself another ticket and go back into your accommodation, which is you. And then you understand every single day you're living inside of you. But understand either way that what's important is understand that if you have money to go somewhere, you go and be there for the amount of days that the money you have can last you with. You understand? That's it. Now, if you come back broke, you must never come back broke. You must come back better. You understand? You must understand every single day that if you're going backwards, you're going backwards to grow, and that's it. You understand? If you're going back to people of the past and people of the crowd, you have to understand you're only going there to grow them and never ever to bullshit around and never to fool around. Because I understand that what's happening today is most of the crowd is hanging around with most of the crowd, and what's happening is they're wasting time. They're at the pools all day. They're at the pools all day. They're doing nothing on video work. They're doing nothing on Facebook. They're doing nothing online. They have no social media profile. You understand? They have no YouTube account. They're doing nothing. You understand? They're just around people. Why are you around people like that? They're never even reading books. They're never going to the library to get a book for themselves. They're never going online to listen to books. They have no passions. Or they have no purpose. Or they have no career. You understand? They're working 9 to 5 jobs like slaves. You understand? Or some have no 9 to 5 job and have no passion and career. You understand? Or now, guess what? Find yourself much better. Find yourself coaching you throughout life, because nobody else is going to coach you anything. You understand? I'm coaching you ideas. I'm opening doors in the spiritual realm right now with you. And now, the more you read, the better you are. Now, the more you read, the more doors will open toward the word I. You understand? Everything that's happening today is for the word I. Understand? I understand that what's happening with my mentors today is the word I. Now, what do? I just do I now. Understand? I have no need to read from anybody anymore, except I only. In a sense, I realize because I realize because I read the word I only. Understand? Now, since you only ever read the word I only, what do? I do the word I, and then I pronounce it much more in a video, and then I go teach people the word I. That's my career. Understand? That's my professional career. I'm an expert in the word I. I use my word I all the time. Understand? So every single day, focus upon understanding. That's all I ever teach now. I want you anything else is experience around I, and then I give you the ideas about that. Anything that's never the word I is an experience. A portable speaker is an experience. People are an experience. The laptop and the air that you breathe and the atmosphere and the space and Mars and the images you see is all an experience. You understand? But the word I is eternity. You understand? Everything else falls apart. You understand? Or actually, what's amazing is the word I keeps you up. I mean, every single day, understand that the word I is my coffee. I mean, the word I is my drug. I mean, the word I is my wife and kids and everything. I mean, you understand? Or now, every single day, focus upon understanding that you have to have God in your life. You have to understand every single day to go and read much more and go and develop yourself into somebody who reads the Bible more and who's giving more ideas daily and who's focusing upon a greater career for yourself. But now, if you focus upon loving your life daily, you're going to understand that no matter what, it's nice and beautiful to live around people too. You understand? But now, you never have to be the one always going to hostel. I mean, you never have to be the one always to go. I mean, you never have to be the one going to hostels only, or let's say motels only, or hotels only. I mean, why not go to hotels and hostels and motels as well? I mean, why not be the all-rounder? I mean, why not do all three eventually? I mean, why not be homeless on the street since you've never been homeless? I mean, why not drive that car that you've never driven? You understand? I mean, focus on understanding. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm saying if you go travel today, but you never come back, well, shit, you're the best. I mean, I went traveling 2 years ago. I never came back to the version I was 2 years ago, is what I'm saying. I'm now better than yesterday. I'm better than the individual who was just yesterday. I'm better because here I am life coaching myself yet again, because I understand that no matter what, that my communicational skills are going to lift eventually. And then what I do every single day is I focus on giving you those ideas so that I can plan my life forward and so that I can do something amazing. But if you're trying to catch up with other people about reading and all that, you have to understand you catch up with yourself only. You understand? I mean, you're the trend today. Actually, you forget other people. I mean, you can catch up with other people here and there. But what's amazing is your word I is the most important. So if you have no time for other people, it's because you only have time for you. You understand? Approach is that simple. I have no time for my mentors right now, because I have time for the word I only. I understand. I have time to just do this video with myself in terms of my I. But that's it. I'm doing this video with I. I have no time for anything else. I understand, because what's important for me today is this over calling my biological dad. This is much more important in terms of my video, in terms of teaching you, than being around my biological parents and being around my kids and wife and everything else. This is much more important for me today, in this moment, than going around Beyonce and around famous people and around live performances and around coaching people in front of people. I mean, this is much more important for me now, because this is where I am. I mean, this is the point in time of my life. But what's amazing is I grew up poor to rich. You understand? I grew up in a poor background. You understand? I understand, although what was actually poor about me when I was a baby. But I was never poor. I was never poor. But the information around me is poor. But it's really. But no. But the information around me is rich. You understand? But guess what? I mean, you never have to consider yourself middle class. You never have to consider yourself poor. You never have to consider yourself poverty. You can grow up as a baby from the age of 1 or age of 0 to the age of 50,000 saying that you're rich the whole way, even if you grew up in a poor background. You understand? You never have to call yourself poor. You understand? Although, guess what? I mean, you have to understand that my family is all millionaires. I mean, my family is all people who have information styles as well. I mean, they have information. So if you have information today, your family is also millionaires. Because why? I mean, because they have information. I mean, everybody has God, whereas everybody has Jesus Christ. I mean, regardless of whether you're aware of it, regardless of whether you are aware of it or not, I mean, you have Jesus Christ, you have eternity, you have God. I mean, you're rich all the time. You understand? You're always rich. I mean, how can you even be poor in this lifetime? You can never be poor. I mean, the money in your bank account, I mean, that's different. I mean, that money never ever, let's say, is you. You understand that what's you is what's Jesus Christ. I mean, does Jesus Christ have money in terms of plastic? First now, Jesus Christ says, hey, I have wisdom instead. I mean, Jesus Christ in the Bible never had plastic money and gold in his pocket and silver. You understand? I mean, Jesus Christ never did own plastic money in life. I mean, what's so good about plastic money? I mean, Jesus Christ says, never own the world that you live. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, guess what? I mean, if you never own the world that you live, you didn't understand to own yourself. You understand that you have to own the word. You have to own the word I. But what Jesus Christ says over here is saying you never cut the I out. I mean, never cut your word I. I mean, that's it. But he says also never try to own real estate or portable speakers or clothing. I mean, never try to take it to the grave with you, because guess what happens when you never do that? When you're never trying to take people or anything that you see into the grave with you, because you're trying to own it or something. I mean, guess what? You're never trying to own anything anymore except the word I. But then what happens is focus upon understanding. I mean, what happens in terms of life is focus upon understanding that your life is what you make of it in a way that if you just grow yourself is what Jesus Christ is saying. Without the money in terms of plastic and without materials. I mean, just go and grow yourself. I mean, how did Jesus Christ grow himself back then? I mean, that's what you need to do. You need to understand, you need to be growing around people. Just like Jesus Christ, you need to be doing exactly like Jesus Christ today with information, in terms of technology and everything. Understand? You have to go and do what Jesus Christ is doing in terms of information, but then God makes it easier for you to go and do Jesus Christ's work. I mean, God gives you internet. I mean, God gives you. The God that we have is Jesus Christ. Rushing out every single day, it's your word I. You understand? Rushing out I is God. I understand, but every single day, focusing upon understanding that if you never own the world you live, you then are making sure every single day you own the word I, and then you understand either way that no matter what, that now since you only ever own the word I, in terms of the word I mean, imagine anything you ever own in life, but it's just the word I only. Rushing out everything else ceases to exist. But what does that really say to you? I mean, it really says develop yourself. I mean, you are the key. I mean, you are the life. I mean, you are eternity. I mean, you are something. I mean, it's pointing toward you. You understand? It's pointing you toward a direction, which is the word I. Now, if you understand that's the direction, I mean, that's the whole house. I mean, that's the whole accommodation right there. I'm teaching you in the spiritual realm that the word I is here, but you have to go there. You have to understand, you have to go into the word I. You understand? You have to grab my words over here. I'm teaching you something about the word I, because that's how you overcome the world. You understand? Because when you go and use that word I, and you come and repeat it every single time in a sentence, you have to understand that word I is motivating you. I mean, that word I is always going to lift you. You have to come back to it. You have to say I, love I. I mean, you understand? I mean, every single day focus upon that I, because that's what Jesus Christ is saying. That you can never own this world. You can only ever own the word I. You understand? Now, if you understand that, now, how can money be the resolution to your life when the word I is? I mean, how can other people teach you anything when only the word I can? You understand? I mean, how can anybody do anything for you when only the word I can? You understand? I mean, you must understand that no matter what, that nothing makes you happier except the word I. Now, if you understand that, now, I understand women and men are trying to go for money today and whatever, but guess what? I'm just the word I only. You understand? But guess what? I mean, they're unaware. You understand? I mean, they were unaware. I mean, no matter what you're saying, you must understand that other people are getting something that you need today, but guess what? You need yourself only. You understand? I mean, there's no excuses about life. I mean, if you just go back to the word I, you're going to understand reality is the word I. And then you can achieve your dreams because you have everything right now. I mean, who said that you're lacking? I mean, who said you're lacking in the first place? You're never lacking anything if you have your word I. You're never lacking a thing. You understand? But guess what? I mean, everybody's trying to make you feel like you need more money or you need more of this to get them. You understand? I mean, guess what? You're going to get it. You're going to get all that. But guess what? I mean, you have everything now already. You grew up learning from the crowd. But understand this, that if you just grow up with the word I mean, you're always rich. But if you're unaware about the word I, then you're calling yourself poor, and then you're calling yourself confident, and then you're calling yourself other aspects of life. But guess what? You have to be only the word I. I mean, you understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, nobody is really rich or poor. I mean, everybody's just I only. I mean, I said, I mean, everybody's just everybody's just the word I. But now, if you understand that people may take you seriously, and they may also block you and delete you because you said something. I understand, although, if they're really that stupid to go and really, let's say, block you and delete you for some words that you said, well, you're better off without them. You understand? Well, if they never invite you to the shows, and if they never invite you and interview you and be around you, they're never worth it. They're never worth it in your life. You understand? It's so simple. If they never want to marry you, but they want to marry somebody else, I mean, guess what? I mean, they're never deserving of you. It's that simple. If they're never with you right now, they're the ones who are never deserving of you. You understand? You're deserving of them. You're always deserving of everything you see. You understand? Now, you have to understand to be more deserving of you only. That's it. Now, if you understand how to really lift yourself and how to really understand that the word I is something that's going to help you move forward, You have to understand it's only that you go and really dwell upon that. Or actually dwell upon making sure that you can find your word I. And then you're going to understand that you can never lack. You can never lack confidence. You can never lack ability. You can never lack skill, because you only ever know the word I. I mean, how can you lack skill and talent and learning and being whatever you are when you have the word I? I mean, how can you be labeled? I mean, how can you label yourself as ADHD when you're the word I? I mean, how do you even understand that you're ADHD? You're the word I only. You understand? I mean, who said that you can never do this? You can always do the word I. I mean, I is everything. You can do anything in life. I understand all the what's important. I'm pretty sure what's important is making sure your word I is you understand that you are that. You are that. And now if you come back to it and you understand how to learn from that, you're going to understand every single day. It's a powerful teaching. Whereas now powerful teachings mean you have to learn and grow. You have to do something that other people have never done. Whereas now if you understand how to really go and find empathy with your skills, and you're going to find much more different assets and classes to make sure you're learning, and you're going to make sure that no matter what, that you're going to sit in front of the nice beautiful television of your life, and then you're going to understand how to watch a movie with yourself, and then you're going to understand how to do something with yourself, and you're going to understand how to be independent and interdependent, and then you're going to learn how to really talk in front of the camera so that eventually you can talk in front of people. Whereas that's it. Whereas now as soon as you get up in front of people and you start talking in front of people and you start to really develop this nice beautiful skill of, let's say, giving people attention in a way that you're learning and growing with them, whereas that's when you make money grow. Whereas money grows on trees. I mean, money grows everywhere. You understand? I mean, money grows everywhere because money is everywhere that you see. I mean, money is the actual, let's say, the nice beautiful fan. I mean, the fan is a tree. I mean, the bed is a, the bed behind me is money, but that money is a tree. You understand? Whereas that nice beautiful bunker bed there is a tree with money. You understand? Because it can help me sleep there. You understand? I mean, it can help me do something. I mean, in a sense, so anything that can help me do something today is money. You understand? I love life. Whereas now, you are what you say about life. Now, if you say and go and focus upon unlocking people's realms in terms of spirituality, you're going to be a spiritual coach, but you're going to be a life coach too. I mean, a spiritual coach is a life coach. So if you're just planning your life ahead of your life and you're focusing upon understanding that every single day you have to lift your life, you have to be communicating your life, you have to be growing your life, you have to understand that if you communicate more on a camera today, you're going to be planning forward your life. You understand? Now, if you're planning forward your life, you're doing it for you. You understand? I mean, this video here that I'm teaching you is for I only. I promise you it's because I need to grow from it. I need to grow. I'm never doing it for other people. You understand? Because other people never make me happier. I'm doing it for I, because this is what makes me happier. I mean, it makes me happier to help you. Because when I help you, I help I. I mean, I never help other people to never help I. I help I only. I mean, I'm approaching now everybody's I. Approaching now every single day. I focus upon understanding that the more videos you do, approaching now every single hour of video I do is like a chapter of a book written in terms of the nice beautiful ebooks and physical books. It's the same thing. Now it's the same thing. I mean, what's so different is I put my face on it. I mean, it's much better to do a video than to write a book. Understand? I mean, it's much better to do a video teaching for 10 hours than it is to sit down and write physically a book. Understand? I mean, what do you want to do? Or do you want to talk 10 hours on a video camera like this? Or do you want to write physically on your laptop all day long for 10 hours? And sit down and just do you? I mean, what do you want? I mean, do it on a video. I mean, understand? I mean, do it and understand that I type physically in my journal. But what's important is to understand that my journal is my best aspect of life. I mean, do you understand that? I mean, why is that? Because I understand I love I. I love I, and then I understand every single day that my journal, I can do it whenever. I do it while I eat, I write. I eat and write. I watch Netflix and I write in between. I do music and I write in between. I go traveling and I write in between. I write something. I do a work job or whatever I do in life, I'm writing in between the nice beautiful gaps. So every single day, the gap of life is understanding. You get up from your bed and then you're walking to the toilet, for example, to do something. You understand? But then you're writing in between the gaps. You understand? As well. Whereas that's what I mean. You're always writing something. It'd be writing a story down. Whereas now, when you write a story down, whereas now people understand you. Whereas now, if you write 1 billion words about yourself and your day, every single day, whereas now people are going to understand your story. I mean, isn't that? I mean, that's a simple way to tell you how to tell your story. You understand? Whereas now, every single day, you give people 50 billion words of yourself and your day, is your story. You understand? I mean, every day do it. And do it on a video. And I mean, what can you say in 50 billion words every single day? I mean, you can describe everything you want. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, if you just describe more and more every single day, and you express yourself on a video camera every single day, and you focus on saying that eventually you'll have everything you ever want. I promise you now, it's more that you're learning from the video. You're actually progressing from the video. You're learning something even more from the video. But I understand every single day that it's the best way to do so. But now, every single day, focus upon understanding that sometimes you have to unsubscribe from places so that they never charge you as well. I promise you now, every single day, focus upon understanding that there's always a richer way to speak and there's always a richer way to do life. But now, if you understand that you're going to prosper and grow because you're communicating more and more, that's the whole point. But I understand every single day that it's more about communication today. I promise you, it's more about communication today than anything ever. Now, every single day is always communicational skills. So whatever era you believe that you are living and that you're much better than me in terms of life because you're living 50,000 million years ahead of me right now, now guess what? I mean, whatever year in terms of life you're living right now, I mean, it's the year 2021 now. I mean, if you're living in a date 50 million or more, I mean, guess what happens, mate? I mean, you have to catch up to me and my communicational skill, mate. I understand, because guess what? I mean, I am much better than all of you. I understand? I make sure you understand that this is the best time right now. I mean, do you believe you're living in a better time than Jesus Christ, mate? No. Everybody is living in this moment right now. You understand? Now, everything is this moment. You understand? I mean, God's telling you right here that God's living before the internet. I mean, God's living in those ages, back then, which is all this moment. I mean, do you understand? But we have more today because I understand every single day we always have to have more. Now, when you double this and there's the year 4000, we're going to have double the resources we have today. Now, if you go 10,000 years today, in terms of the year 10,000, we then have 4 times more. I mean, we have 5 times more information today than ever before. It's growing really quickly. This world is growing really quickly. Now, you have to understand that no matter what, that we have to grow. I mean, we have to grow as a humanity, or else we have to grow really fast our communicational skills. But everybody is living to the extent of their communication. I love it. Now, every single day, focus on understanding that if I give 50 billion words in my life, and you give 30 billion words, I am just 20 billion times more successful than you. I mean, do you understand me? I mean, that's how simple it is. You have to be talking more to be more successful. And that's what I'm doing every single day. That I understand that if I miss out on a life coaching video, then I say, hey, I have to do a life coaching video. I understand? I start getting upset. If I miss out on a life coaching video. I mean, even if I'm doing my music production. I mean, sometimes I have to trade my music production with my life coaching video. I have to say, what's more important right now? I mean, is it a life coaching video or is it my music production? I say music production. I then start to cry. I start to cry. I start to say, hey, I have to do my music. I have to go do my life coaching too. You know, I mean, that's how it is. You have to trade time. But guess what? I mean, that's how I am. I cry for this. I cry for I only. You understand? Person, guess what? You never have to cry for yourself, but yes, you do. You have to cry for yourself. You understand? You have to do everything for yourself. Now, if you relate any words that is harming you today to the word I, you're going to understand how to heal yourself. You're going to understand that the word I is much more important than the word that you believe that you hate. Or if they're calling you something, you relate that to the word I. I mean, what are they calling you? I mean, they may be calling you fat or ugly or stupid or an idiot or psychotic or mental health issues or whatever. I mean, guess what? I mean, you say whatever you call me is the word I only. I mean, if they're calling you that, you relate it to the word I. I mean, guess what? I mean, let's say somebody's calling me an idiot. I mean, I'm the word I, mate. I'm only the word I. Or that's it. I mean, understand? Because, I mean, how can words actually destroy you? I mean, if they call me fat, I mean, you believe, what? I'm a word I, mate. I mean, that's it. I mean, they call me a fatso, but I'm a word I only. I mean, how can you even get to me? I mean, how can you get to my word I? You have to kill me for it. You have to kill my word I. You understand? I mean, you have to kill my confidence. You have to kill who I am to try to win me over. You understand? I mean, that's what they've done with Jesus Christ. I mean, they're trying to win Jesus Christ over by killing him. I mean, guess what? I mean, you can still never take the word I from me. I mean, Jesus Christ is on the cross saying, I love you. I love you. I mean, understand? I mean, you can never break it. You can never break the I. You understand? I mean, eye is everything. You can never take my eye word from me. I mean, imagine you trying to take my word eye away from me. You didn't have to kill me for it. I mean, and then you still never succeed. You still never succeed. I mean, that's the whole point of Jesus Christ's Ten Commandments. It says, thou shalt never kill. Understand? You must understand every single day that if you focus upon I, you have everything you ever want. It's the whole deal. Now, every single day, focus on understanding that if it's getting loud around you, you can always pause the video and continue elsewhere. But I understand that what's important is I upload this video now online, and then I understand every single day that I can always maneuver my way throughout life, making sure that you guys have life coaching videos throughout the day. That never has to be 3 hours exact, or it never has to be 2 hours videos, or it can be 1 hour videos, and I can do as many 1 hour videos as possible within a nice beautiful range of videos. So if you have a wife and kids, or let's say you have a lot to do today, you do a 1 hour video and then go attend to them. Go and attend to your wife and kids or husband, and then go to the shops and then do another 1 hour video. And then you go and do some music production for 3 hours or 4 hours, and then guess what? You tend to your wife and kids and then do another hour of life coaching videos. And then you go and do some grooming and showering, and then do some traveling around, and then guess what? Do another 1 hour video. Now, within 24 hours, you have 4 hours of videos. That's what I'm saying. Or, you can just do 4 hours in one go of videos. Or you can do 10 hours, or 3 hours, or 2 hours. Do 1 hour blocks. It's much more easier to upload online, and it's much faster to attend to other people as well. It's faster. Imagine you're saying to your wife and spouse and kids and husband or other people or something like that, and you're saying, hey, I have a 4 hour session over here. You understand? Let me finish 1 hour and then I'll come to you. You understand? Now, it's much better, isn't it? Now, if you understand that no matter what, that if you're giving ideas left, right, and center, you're going to be that nice, beautiful individual who's a round individual to be able to go travel somewhere if you feel like it. You can go and do whatever you like. Do everything within nice, beautiful details of small little details. If you want to do something and you're getting money for it, do everything in 1 minute times. Understand? Do a life coaching video. Do a life coaching video in 1 minute. Do some music production 1 minute. Do some Netflix for 1 minute. Do some nice, beautiful communicational styles with other people for 1 minute. Do everything in 1 minute blocks. Understand? You can always fit in your life in a 1 minute range. Do everything for 1 minute, and then guess what? now choose what you really want to do. Do everything all the time with 1 minute each. That's what you need to do every single day. Is focus upon understanding that if you always do everything in 1 minute, you're doing it very quickly. Understand? That's it. Now, if you understand that if it takes you 1 hour to do grooming, try to groom and shower within 1 minute. Isn't that much better to do it in 1 minute than 1 hour? Isn't it better to groom and shower within 1 minute than 2 hours, or let's say 1 month? 1 month of time for you to groom and shower, guess what? Your life is passing you by. You understand? Groom and shower for 1 minute. Set up a timer to groom and shower for 1 minute. Understand? That's it. That's it. 1 minute of every single day. Go to the toilet here and just do some of that, and go away from it, and go somewhere else and brush your teeth, and then go somewhere else. You understand? You never have to do it all together. You can do it meanwhile. You understand? You can do everything you ever want to do around your face and grooming sessions within little time blocks. Who said that you have to go and who said that you have to go and, let's say, groom and then shower, or shower then groom? You can go and shower now for 1 minute. You understand? And then the grooming part is coming 5 hours later. You understand? Or 2 hours later, or 1 hour later. You understand? But what's going to happen is eventually you're going to groom. You understand? I brush now every single day. You then focus upon understanding you're always doing everything now, but you go and, let's say, do the shower once you wake up. You do it for 1 minute, but then the grooming session you're just going to go somewhere else. But then eventually you're going to say, I have to pluck my eyebrows. But then you also have to brush your teeth, and you have to also cut your mustache, and you also have to cut the sides as well, and razor everything. And so you still have to do that throughout the day, but it may take you some time, or else you have to invest some effort. And now nothing takes time, but you have to invest in it. You have to invest in yourself. So what I do is I understand. I get in the shower for 1 minute. I then go do what I need to do, and then I say, hey, now's a perfect opportunity for me to just pluck my eyebrows. For example, I just do that quickly, and then I move away from the stupid toilets. I move away from it altogether. But I still have to brush my teeth, for example. I still have to go do everything else. I then go do something else, but then I return to the toilet and I just do some razoring really quickly, and then I move away, totally. But I do it in 1 minute blocks, you understand? And then guess what? I move away again, and then guess what I do? I make sure I'm going to do something else again. I love eye again. I brush now. I go into the toilet. I brush my teeth really quickly for 1 minute. I move on. I mean, and then I make sure I do my final episode of grooming for the day. I make sure, what else do I have to do? I make sure I go and razor this part, for example, or cut my mustache for 1 minute. I mean, that's 5 minutes of grooming. I mean, there's no need for you to sit 1 hour in front of a television or in front of the mirror, or let's say to do anything other than you today. You must understand, just do you, but go do now this nice beautiful time range where you never have to stand in front of a mirror for 30 minutes doing all your grooming session in one. You understand? Watch now, what I used to do, what I was doing before is I go and shower and I shower for 15 minutes. You understand? I just shower until I want to. You understand? Until I want to leave. Guess what? Then what do I do? I then go into the mirror and start doing my razoring over here. I start doing this. I start doing my nice beautiful, let's say, teeth in terms of my brushing teeth. I'm brushing teeth as well. I'm doing my nice beautiful brushing of teeth. I'm doing the razoring over here. I'm doing also my eyebrows. I'm cutting the eyebrows. I'm doing my nice beautiful fingernails. You can see my fingernails. And then I every single day do this. Understand? You can do your fingernails anywhere you want. You never have to go to the toilet to go do your fingernails. You can do it right here. I have a bin right here. I just go and do it quickly. Understand? Unfortunately, now, what else can you do around you where you never have to go to the toilet to do it? Understand? What else can you do? You can do anything you ever want. Bring a mirror with you. Bring a little mirror with you. Bring some water. I have some water over here. Do I have to look at the mirror to brush my teeth? I never have to look at the mirror to brush my teeth. I have my mirror, which is my phone. Understand? So what I do is I just get the nice beautiful toothbrush now, and I start doing this. And I have a bin over here. I spit in the bin. I have some water as well, and that's it. Isn't that simple? I never have to go to the toilet to do brushing of teeth. Understand? What else can I do right here that I never have to go around the toilet to do so? Razoring. And guess what? The razoring, you can also understand that no matter what, I can do it right here. I can do it with the phone. Understand? I can get myself a mirror. I can go really quickly to the toilet. It's no problem. Do you have a mirror around you somewhere? Is there a mirror around you somewhere? Understand? What else can you do around you now? Guess what? Make sure you understand that no matter what, that the brushing of teeth and the nice beautiful fingernails and doing that in terms of the pedicure, you must understand you can do that right now where you are. You never have to go to the toilet. You understand? You just need a water bottle. Get yourself a water bottle. And guess what? You have water with you. I make sure you understand. I use tap water in Australia. It's Australia. But if you live in a third world country where the water is poor, get yourself then a water bottle. Understand? That's it. Guess what? Every single day, focus on understanding that no matter what, that when you have a nice beautiful episode of whatever you want, you understand that my grandfather, for example, has one of those bunyas, and a bunya is something that goes down, and you go and put the bucket to grab the water. You understand? From the actual well, in terms of the well. Right now, every single day, that's what my grandfather has in his nice beautiful home. Understand? Although that's where you get the water. Understand? Right, isn't that beautiful? Right now, every single day, you must understand that no matter what, if you go just make up words about life. You understand? I understand that no matter what, if you're maintaining yourself in terms of maintenance and you're making sure that no matter what, you're learning different synonyms along the way, you have to understand you have to go and really, really quickly learn much more anyway. You have to understand you have to learn the word I only, but then go and learn much more. You understand? Go and figure it out much better. You understand? Guess what? Now, I make sure that instead of doing 1 hour grooming sessions and showering every single day, I just do everything 1 minute. For sure, everything is done in 1 minute now. That's my 1 minute rule. You understand? I love that. First now, since I have a 1 minute rule, I make sure I'm doing everything in 1 minute, and I'm looking to do everything in 1 minute. Understand? And that's it. As long as you focus upon your life greater, and you're focusing upon making sure that your life is succeeding, and you're doing everything in 1 minute, that's how you understand the 1 minute rule, and that's how you understand this video. Now, every single day, focus guys on understanding that no matter what, that when you really, really read your life out and you're reading every single day to go and do something amazing, you're going to find a strategy that works for you, But then make sure you understand now that it's much better for you to go and understand that you go do your life, and then understand that the toilets, I mean, never be in the toilets and shower more than 1 minute.